What is up, YouTube? This is AVAULT here, back again today with you guys another new Speed Duel deck profile. And today, the deck profile we're doing is the second version of the Gravekeeper's deck profile. So if you guys haven't seen the first version of the highest competitive Gravekeeper deck profile, be sure to check that video out as well. This one today is the one that you guys might have heard of. It's basically the Dicephoon Gravekeepers, utilizing Joey's It's My Lucky Day skill card. So just so you guys know, this deck is definitely tier 1 in my opinion. It's just extremely powerful and consistent. It has really great control, and yeah, it's just really hard to beat. And utilizing Dicephoon together, which I'll break into more detail later on, just really helps help you win games in most of the times. So also before we get into it, just so you guys know, this deck is built on reference upon the winner of German Nationals event of Speed Duels, and it was really interesting. Nobody have really thought of this idea, which is really cool, and how much It's My Lucky Day can actually provide to you in combination within this deck. So here, just letting you know, just giving credit out there to that person who built this deck, and also I'm just giving my own opinion and insight and a little bit of my own twist of a version of this type of deck on how you would play, and just you guys giving a good breakdown. So as always, we have to do our card sleeve reveal. We're using the same purple Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG card sleeves that came out a long time ago. This probably came out in 2005, and I'm pretty happy that I was able to keep these in a decent condition for you guys to showcase right here. Just also letting you guys know that there's just awesome accessory sleeves that Konami just releases for the OCG. Just really hoping that we can get them here in the TCG as well. So right here we have playing It's My Lucky Day. It's basically a Joey Wheeler skill, yes, and you only play this skill in this deck. There's no other alternative skills that you want to be playing or siding at all. Basically what it does, once per duel you can pay 1,000 life points and decide any result of a dice roll or a coin flip, basically. So if you're flipping a coin, if you can just basically call it heads, and it will be heads of exactly what you want. Roll a dice, call any number, and it will be that number as a result for you, which is incredibly powerful as we move along. Next, we always have to play the main boss monster of this deck, Gravekeeper's Oracle. So we are playing 2 copies. It's just an incredibly powerful monster. Being able to, having so much variance ways to summon it by, attributing 1 to 3, any number in between that of Gravekeeper monsters to gain its effects, and it has 3 different types of effects that just really helps you choose your advantage that you want to gain over your opponent in many different situations. And of course, you always have to play 3 Gravekeeper's Recruiter. Just the standard searcher. It can search Oracle because it's 1500 defense or less, so it meets the requirements. And moving next, we are playing a slightly new Gravekeeper right here that you guys that came out during Arena of Lost Souls. Basically, it's Gravekeeper's Ambusher. The reason just to play this is it's just the main goal is just very simple. It's a 1700 beater, which is incredibly powerful as a normal summon monster, and it's just the highest base, one of the highest base attack monsters I believe in the game right now, and it's just Gravekeeper related. Also searchable by Recruiter. So that's the really sole purpose. It does have an effect where when this card is flipped face up, you can target 1 card your opponent's graveyard, place that in the bottom of the deck. Honestly, this effect is not super great at the moment. I think, in my opinion, it only really works against a relinquished deck that would use Jin, Desire of Rituals to ritual summon their monsters that I can really think of at the moment. It's good against some of the spellcaster monsters that came out from Attack from Deep, where they summon a lot back from the graveyard, as well as Zombina. It's really good against Zombina targets, any monsters that your opponent wants to special summon back from the graveyard with Zombina's effect. So that's okay. Yeah, honestly not the greatest effect, but it's just, again, really great for a 1700 beater right there. Next, this is the key card and the main reason that you play It's My Lucky Day. It's called Dicephoon. So as you guys can see here, you roll a 6-sided die, and depending on the result, you would just choose what you want to do. So 2, 3, or 4, you destroy 1 spell or trap. You roll a 5, you destroy 2 on the field. and 1 or 6 you take 1000 damage. So of course this card definitely only want to use it with It's My Lucky Day for the most part. It's very essential, and it's extremely powerful. This is don't underestimate this card. It can actually win you games. Normally, you know, when you use It's My Lucky Day, you can pop 2 back rows of your opponent, and then you can have your Gravekeepers, Ambusher, and Oracle just run into your opponent and just basically defeat them from there, right there, and it's game winning. Also, you know, since It's My Lucky Day, you can only use it once per duel. And you have to pay 1000 life points, which is sometimes really steep. You know, it's sometimes worth it to do the RNG of rolling the dice just itself. And you know, again, I know some of you guys might feel very uneasy about the whole RNG feature within a deck, but you know, if you make a good decision and you have a backup plan if it gets to the worst, at least, and when you play around that backup plan, just in case if you don't roll a good number, you know, you can at least definitely still play around it. But if you it's a very high reward when you do successfully get into what you want. Also, not to mention the ratios of being able to get a 2, 3, 4, or even 5 is actually quite neat as well. And that's 4 out of 6, so that's like 2/3 of chances, I believe, and that's around 60%. Yeah, I believe 66% on your advantage that you can actually get what you want. Next, we are running one Gravekeeper Stell, you know, just a really good clutch situational card where you can just grab your Gravekeeper's monsters back. There's not that many monsters you're running in the deck, so you know, being able to grab back an Ambusher, Recruiter, or reuse your Oracle is just really great. This is the card that I just play slightly differently compared to the main recipe that we saw. Now we're moving on to the traps right here, and we actually got quite a heavy trap lineup, to be honest. And I think the whole reason why this deck works as well is because there's just so many great trap cards currently in the meta. It just really helps you make it really annoying for your opponent to deal with. First of all, you have to play 3 Rite of Spirits. Once again, similar reason with the Stell. You know, it basically allows you to special summon Gravekeeper monster from your graveyard. And I believe you can even summon Oracle back with this as well, which is really neat because there's no level restraint on this. So that's literally like a monster reborn for Gravekeepers. Next, we're running 3 Kunai with Chain. This card is just incredibly powerful. You know, it helps boost up your Gravekeeper's monster by a lot. It makes Ambusher into 2200, makes Oracle into much higher power attack, which makes it harder for them to overrun. And if you combine well with Oracle's effect in boosting its attack, you can actually reach above 3000 attack, which is higher than Blue Eyes right there. So you have nothing to be afraid of, and no one can actually run over Oracle with its great potential. Also, being able to switch your opponent's monsters in defense position so that you can attack them during your next turn is just really great. Last but not least, we are playing 3 Windstorms of Itaqua's, you know, standard staple that you must have in basically almost meta decks currently in speed duels. So of course, it's just really great defensive tool to have. Now that basically rounds off for the main deck, we are moving into the side deck right now. So another interesting card that we can potentially play is Time Wizards. I like 2. I know the original recipe only had 1. I think it's just very difficult to draw into it if you do side deck in Time Wizard. It's just very clutch and situational. Again, you can combine with It's My Lucky Day, call the heads that you want, or call it correctly, so that you can just pop all your monsters, all your opponent's monsters on the field, basically almost for free. But you do have to pay 1000 life points. Time Wizard is extremely risky to use by itself, so I always highly recommended it to have it in a situation to use it with It's My Lucky Day, because whenever it does backfire, it can be very detrimental to your board advantage. However, it's always a good call. You know, if you have no other option, you know, you want to play that RNG when you're dire for that situation. It actually can help you turn the tables around. So, you know, in some situations, the RNG in this deck is actually good. At least it gives you a chance rather than no chance. That's how you have to look at it. And last but not least, we're playing 3 Ready for Intercepting. You know, standard for this current meta right now, as I mentioned probably 100 millions of times before. Just really great against all the other top tier decks right there. Gravekeepers, it works against the mirror matches to stop spellcasters. Yeah, because they're spellcasters. It works against Blue Eyes, works against Relinquish, works against Amazonas. This is honestly why I like to play for the most part. 3 of these are just really great. And there's a lot of cards that you can, trap cards you can easily side deck out for Ready for Intercepting. It's just really great. So overall, that wraps up this this entire deck profile with Dicephoon, and it's my Lucky Day Gravekeeper version. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to comment down below what you guys think about this deck. Have you ever tried it? What do you feel? What cards would you add inside instead as well? Really interested. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, like button, subscribe to the AVAULT channel for more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG and OCG content, as well as on the channel we focus on a lot of speed duel content as well. Lots of deck fun, competitive, and high tier deck profiles upcoming as right here. So be sure to stay tuned. Click the notification bell so you don't miss out on a video right here. And yeah, if you guys want to see any other kinds of different speed duel videos, be sure to comment down below, whether if it's gameplay videos, more deck reviews, or deck profiles right here. Any specific ones you want to request, be sure. Any openings with speed duels, any special content with speed duels, events, all that kind of stuff, definitely comment down below and let me know, so that we can the channel can provide you greater quality and richer content for you guys. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are. This is AVAULT signing out.